Did she say what her purpose was?
We asked that. She said, wolves always hunt in packs. Thought that a strange reply myself.
Mostly, she was just pressing. Almost brought my wife to tears. She's keen on it, I tell you. Intense. Like she's got urgent business.
And what's she look like?
Strange. Foreign-like. No Yolkin woman would wear the dress she's wearing, I'll say that.
And she's got these markings, tattoos and such all over. Legs and feet and arms and face.
Dark hair, piercing eyes. Clean her up a bit. She could be passably fair, I suppose.
Why, you dirty old goat! That's enough of you.
Yanula, please. I'm just trying to give the king a good description.
Where is she now? Did you see her leave?
That we did. That Xenoman was yelling up a storm, and I saw her slink off.
It was real strange. She had her ears perked, like she was listening for something. Then, all of a sudden, she pricks up, and she was off like a bolt toward the Crypt of Kings.
I heard her say under her breath, "I've got you now," as she ran off. I swear on Olympus.
Thank you. I'll find her and see what she's up to. Here landed King Trion's spear, humbling the Athenian Palisade. Drunk from the king's feast, the famed warrior boasted that no Yolkin man could match his throw. For the honor of his kingdom, King Trion took up his challenge. Great Athena lent Trion her skill, and he unleashed a throw so mighty that boastful Palisade was stricken mute with shame.
I want to go swimming and dive off the docks. But Argo says I'm getting in the way.
You're looking more like your father each day, Yanni.
Jason.
Idis, how is village life suiting you?
It's only been a few minutes, but so far I think I can get used to it.
Get used to it? Is it that difficult?
It's Elysium, Cypri. There, happy?
I'll leave you two to your business. Come, children.
So, what are you going to do without the guard?
Farm.
Farm? Farm what?
Grapes or barley? Haven't decided yet. Barley practically grows itself, so I'd have more time to fish or hunt or just sit with my children. But grapes, now there's a challenge that could keep me occupied. Give me something to do with myself.
I know you, Idis. You'll be bored within a week if you don't have something to do, some problem to solve. Try the grapes. I've heard farmers can spend a lifetime growing them and still find more to learn each season.
As my king commands, grapes it is. I'll send some raisins and wine to the palace soon enough. I hope you're here to enjoy them. I hear you're heading for Delphi.
I'm going to bring her back, Idis.
I pray you do. Here, Jason. I've given this a great deal of thought, and my sword. I want you to have it.
Growing up, training, I used to marvel at this sword.
I know you did. But remember, weapons are only as good as the men who wield them. This one, it's a good sword, and it served me well. But with you, I think it can become a great sword.
I am honored, my friend.
Thank you, Jason.
Keep him out of trouble, Cipriano.
Keep him fed, Cipriano.
Thank you for dealing with that obnoxious man. The nerve to demand such...
He was nothing like his brother. Let us remember to mourn for Menander.
That we can do. There's been a lot of mourning here of late.
Our neighbor Agatha lost her husband in the attack. He was a servant in the palace. Poor Agatha and her son Sinon. That boy's taking it very hard.
Let's talk about this witch you saw with Zeno.
Something strange about her. I won't feel right until she's found.
All those questions about the assassin. What kind of person would want to know about that?
Farewell. Hopefully...
King, our daughter Elpis serves in your palace.
Is she well? We've heard nothing from her since the attack.
Many were injured. I don't know if Elpis was among them.
Oh, my heart!
Would you check on her, sir, please?
I'll see to her when I return to the palace.
Please.
I was raised in a village like this, long time ago.
Here lies the Crypt of Kings, the final resting place of the royal family of Iolcus. In this crypt are kings and queens, wardens and champions of Zeus. May their honor live forever.
Lith on your mene faboiae!
The great Medea, how far the mighty have fallen. Your power has grown feeble.
Has it? I overthrown one of the lies. Forgive me. I lost myself again.
Are you all right?
I am weak, but it will pass.
That Black Tongue called you Medea. I assume that's your name?
It is.
It's time for answers, Medea.
Then ask your questions, Jason.
Your sorcery nearly killed all of us. Do you have no control over it?
There was a time no follower of Hecate could hope to match me. But once I abandoned the witch goddess, her protections abandoned me.
You were once a Black Tongue?
You see the markings I still bear. Are they not answer enough? In another life, I was one of them, until I realized the powers I gained came with a terrible price. When I heard of the attack here, I came as quickly as I could. Their assassins never work alone.
Medea, do you know why the Black Tongues targeted my wife?
I don't know why, but I know this is not their first attempt. They tried before when she was a babe on Mycenae.
What?
When your wife was born, King Lycomedes traveled to Delphi and spoke to the Oracle Pelagia. Whatever he was told, it got the Black Tongue's attention. Assassins were dispatched to both Mycenae and Delphi. Lycomedes thwarted the attempt on your wife, and the assassin Lysander failed to eliminate the Oracle Pelagia. It's said he fell in love with her, and together they fled, never to be seen again.
So that's why Lycomedes waged his war.
Yes. His name was cursed by every Black Tongue in Greece.
I seek to restore my wife. Your knowledge of the Black Tongues could prove useful.
If you try to bring her back, the Black Tongues will flock to you like moths to a flame. There'd be no need to chase after them.
Go to my ship. Tell Argos to give you a room.
Jason, are you sure about this?
Your friend is right, Jason. I am not safe to be around. I sometimes lose myself, as you have seen.
You underestimate me.
No, it is you who underestimate me. Believe me, today was a good day. You don't want to see my bad days. There would have to be precautions taken.
Then we'll take them.
Very well, King of Iolcus. I will hunt with you and lend what aid I can. I will prepare the wards to secure your ship.
Far too much sorcery being cast about for my liking. Why did you ask her along, Jason? How can you trust her?
There are forces at work we know little about. Prophecies, Lycomedes, the Black Tongues. Knowledge I can hold on to as an advantage. Besides, you saw what she did to that assassin. This is the war armor of the kings of Iolcus. Last worn by my father, Trion. I have never had occasion to don this armor. I'd hoped I never would. But Iolcus needs me now. Her queen needs me. The journey ahead may be difficult. This piece of Iolcus will journey with me.
When the way ahead looks daunting, remember who you fight for. Iolcus is more than its fair fields and proud bluffs. It is mother to us all. We do not stumble over mountains, my son. We stumble over stones. Step safely over every stone, and you will cross the mountain.
Now, to see about our ship and Delphi. To the docks.
That is a boat.
Sinon, listen to me. We have family in Thrace. We'll be welcome there.
We can't just leave. Iolcus is our home.
Your father is gone, Sinon. Our lives must continue.
But only on Thrace? No, Mother. Here is where my father is buried. Here is where I'll honor him.
Sinon! Forgive my lack of cheer, King Jason.
Are you Agatha, widow of the servant Thano? I have a message for you. Your husband's dying words. His message was simple. He loved you. Always. From the moment you met. He asked that you remember him as a loving husband and father, and hoped his son Sinon would live to honor him.
Thank you for telling me, King Jason.
If there's anything I can do.
My son and I have each other. Nothing else can help right now. I live now to honor my husband's memory, and will raise our son to do so as well. Just not here.
On this spot did King Iolcum slay the Phrygian war chief. Turning back the marauders, Iolcum defended the sacred sites of Zeus from harm. The Phrygians were scattered to the seas, never to threaten again.
Greetings.
Well met. Is this your home?
I am Anason, father of Pathrus and Timaeus, two of your guards.
I know of Pathrus, a fine soldier.
Timaeus, my youngest, is newly joined. I trust they'll both do their duty by you. Next time you see them, tell them to keep doing me proud.
I will pass along your blessing.
Thank you. They get out of line, you let me know.
That way is Mycenae. 3 weeks' voyage with the swift ship.
My father says you're to go home soon.
I miss Mycenae. But there's a part of me that doesn't want to leave.
Will you be back?
Someday.
Greetings, King Jason. I am the Dockmaster, Nestus. May Athena's 5 virtues be with you always.
You work for Argos?
Yes, sir. I manage the docks and help out with riggings and sails, mainly. I did some work on that pulley system he's put aboard your ship.
Is Argos about?
He's aboard, sir, tending to some final preparations. He mentioned if I saw you to let you know he's ready for your inspection. I can row you out there if you wish.
Not right now, Nestus. Do you follow the Virgin Goddess?
Aye, sir. I make my devotions to Athena. I find her principles help me lead an ordered and disciplined life. That comes in handy when you oversee the motley pack that works these docks.
Athena's wisdom must prove a help when dealing with old Argos.
That it does. But that's not the only province of Athena's rule that I take interest in. Athena is the goddess of justice. In the village, I hear petitions too trivial for your attention. She is also the goddess of crafts, strategy, and military war. All worthy disciplines. Truly, the domains of my goddess form the core of good society.
You mentioned the 5 virtues of Athena. What are they?
Wisdom, justice, courage, discipline, and humility. These are the 5 virtues of a worthy life. I strive each day to achieve these qualities. Some days are harder than others.
Row us out to the ship, Nestus.
Of course, sir.
Jason, how are you? My heart broke when I heard what happened. This ship was to be a wedding gift. Now it's something else, I suppose.
Perhaps it still will be, Argos. Is she ready to sail?
Aye, she's girded and fit for open waters.
Good. I have her maiden destination. Delphi.
Delphi? What in Hades do you want to go there for?
I have questions that need answers. Answers I can only find on Delphi.
Argos, do you know the way?
I've sailed most every patch of sea in Greece, but I've never seen the shores of Delphi. Part of me thinks it's just a myth.
There are tales of heroes who've been there.
Aye, and each claims it's in a different place. I'm sorry, Jason. I can't steer you there.
Pelias said he would look into it. We should check back with him.
Now what about this Medea woman? She says you told her to come aboard. Nearly scared me half to death. She just walked up behind me in the deck house. No rowboat, no nothing.
It's all right. She'll be coming with us to Delphi.
It's your ship, but you need to see what she's done to her quarters below decks.
Very well, Argos. I will.
It's, irregular.
This ship's a sight to see. Let's have the tour.
Certainly. We can start right here. Now, you've already seen her size. She's the biggest ship I've ever made. She's also the fastest, mind you, but we'll get to that. The hull is soft fir wood, light and strong, and resin-coated to keep out the sea. I've made a few modifications to the classic structure to make room for the rowing apparatus, but we've kept a shallow draft in case she needs to be beached for repairs. I told you before, this ship can row itself. Come, I'll show you how. Here, Jason. Take a look down here and tell me what you see.
Ropes, pulleys, oars. I've never seen anything like it.
Of course you haven't. No one has. A ship that can row itself. One man, me, to take the place of 200 hunchbacked oarsmen.
How does it work?
It's taken me half a century to answer that question. More time than we have. Come, I'll show you the deck house. If the ore deck is the heart of this ship, then this room is the head. As long as we have a clear view of the stars, we'll never be lost. I can assign destinations to the various constellations, and this ship will remember how to sail there. And once we've set a destination, the ship will maintain our course without a steersman.
Amazing.
Indeed. Now, let's go below. You'll find no cramped bunks down here. With the automated oars, we have space to live comfortably. Spacious cabins with room enough for all. Here, there's a chamber to store all your equipment. At the prow end. Well, come, I'll show you. Never had a shrine like this on a ship before. But, as you requested, here it is.
What you've done is wondrous, Argos. I've never seen a finer ship. She has no rival in all of Greece.
I would not boast, but I wouldn't argue with you either. Everything I've ever learned about sailing on the seas, I've put into this ship. There's one thing I'd ask of you in return.
Name it.
Let me sail her for you. I know this ship better than anyone.
Need you have asked, Argos? There's no one else I'd rather have steering this vessel.
Thank you, my king.
One more thing. It's only right that you be forever remembered with your masterpiece. So let it bear your name. I hereby name this ship the Argo. Long may she sail the seas.
Jason, you do me too much honor.
You've earned it, Argos.
Thank you, Jason. Now, I'll leave you to have a look around yourself. I'll be above decks if you need me.
finished the runes of warding.
So I see.
They are attuned to you, Jason. Only you can remove them. As long as they remain active, neither I nor my powers can leave this room. However, I can still prove harmful to anything inside these walls.
I'd like to know more about the Black Tongues.
Such as?
What motivates the Black Tongues? What do they believe in?
They worship the Titaness Hecate, the dark witch goddess of sorcery and deceit. They refuse to acknowledge the supremacy of the Olympian gods and seek to overthrow them. Through rituals of pain and sacrifice, her followers yield their very spirits to Hecate in exchange for sorcerous powers. They believe that one day Hecate will gain supremacy over both the living world and the underworld. Until then, they obey orders fanatically, believing that they will find a paradise in Tartarus should they die.
The Black Tongues wield strange sorcery. Proof of that. What are they capable of?
Hecate's dark powers are formidable. They are nearly all destructive in nature. The Black Tongues use tattoos, blood magic, and rune glyphs to channel Hecate's power. Advanced assassins can even summon monstrous creatures, like the one you saw in the crypt. However, this requires a sacrifice of blood, and so this power is reserved for only the most urgent of missions.
Tell me about how the group is organized.
The Black Tongues are ruled by the secretive Council of Ravens, each of whom is a formidable sorcerer. The exact number of ravens is unknown. They decide the actions of the group and communicate those orders to their subordinates. The lower ranks remain ever ready should a mission be given to them. The Black Tongues seek their recruits from the farthest corners of the world, promising paradise in Tartarus. Their agents live in secrecy, and they can strike anywhere at a moment's notice.
How did the Black Tongues come to be?
Long ago, the Black Tongues carved a path of blood to become the best assassins in Greece. They have spent ages cultivating the arts of poison, stealth, and sorcery. Their numbers are small, and they prefer it that way. Secrecy is what has allowed them to survive for so long. Even Lycomedes himself was unsuccessful when he tried to stamp them out many years ago. They simply receded into the shadows until the danger passed.
How did you come to be a Black Tongue?
My father was King Aedes of Colchis. He had no time for daughters, so I was often left to myself. One day, when I was 12, my father decided he would marry me to a neighboring king. My suitor was nearly 60. On our wedding night, I murdered him when he came to my bed. Then I ran. For years, I lived alone, but I vowed never again to be powerless. The Black Tongues found me, and at the time, what they offered was intoxicating.
Power can be that way.
Eventually, I realized there was a price to all things. I had thought I was gaining power, but I was being made a thrall. I was that 12-year-old girl all over again. But this time, it was a Titan slipping into my bed. It comes and goes in waves. Perhaps we could speak more later.
Of course. I hope you're comfortable here. Let me know if you need anything.
I will.
So, you see what that woman did down there?
It's all right, Argos. It's for our protection.
It's your ship.
Keep the ship ready. We'll go see if Pelaius has learned how to get to Delphi.
That boat will turn heads in every port from here to Athens.